Alrighty, hello everybody, and welcome in to the SFA Season 13 National Championship game. It is finally here. The long wait is over. Let me know if you can hear me before we get started. But yeah, it is the National Championship. We got number 3, Oklahoma, the SEC champions, taking on number 8, Georgia Southern, the Cinderella, the Sun Belt champions, just barely getting into the field and then taking down everybody in their path. Once again, before we get started, let me know that you can hear me and we can go ahead and get rolling. For Oklahoma and Coach Jay Jettas, this is their 6th time in the playoff. 4 times they have had a first round exit. The only other time they didn't have a first round exit, they won the whole dang thing back in season 4. And another little fact here is Jay Jettas, he's played the group of 5 team twice in the playoffs, and he's never beaten them. For Georgia Southern, this is their first ever CFP appearance, and they're trying to win the whole dang thing themselves. And Oklahoma can also become the 2nd program to have multiple national champions. Clemson's the only other one. And all right, you guys say you can hear me. Let's go. Let's hope we don't get noise complaints today. Let's have a good one. But before we get here, this is where we've come from. We are going to be back in Atlanta. So Georgia Southern in this playoff, they'd be playing in the state of Georgia 3 times. They're even in this building back against Clemson. It's just the way it worked out. Being close to the number 1 seed geologically just worked out for them. And for Oklahoma, I mean, they've beaten Tennessee and Minnesota by a combined 51 points. So you got to feel like Oklahoma is the favorite, whereas Georgia Southern, it took a late touchdown to beat Clemson, took a late touchdown to beat Alabama. They beat ECU by 2 scores. So we'll see what happens. The Instagram poll was pretty split. And remember, Georgia Southern, not only is this a national championship game, the MacGuffin's on the line. If they win, they get promoted to the SEC. So this game has everything on the line, and we are all just hoping for a good game regardless of the outcome. National championship really hasn't been a good game since season 9, so we're hoping that we get a good one here. And without further ado, guys, make sure that if you're watching, if this is your first time watching, check out the Discord. You can join and coach a team if you'd like. Coaching carousel does hopefully start late tonight, early tomorrow, and follow the Discord. We have Team of the Year selection right after this stream, and we have coach firings as well later on tonight. And if you are watching live, feel free to drop a Twitch Prime sub or bits or all that. All it does is support Jay Jetta's care package if he does end up winning today. And check out Home Field SFA. Use code SFA for 15% off. You can use it once per email. All right, let's get into the rosters before we get into the game, like always. And we're gonna go with the Cinderella first, the number 8 seed, led by Josh Johnson. I'll call him JJ Johnson. I'll call him JJ. I'll call him JJ69. Any name under the sun, he is him. He is going to need to have a big game today. They're going to have to score a lot of points here on offense. He didn't really click until late in the game against Alabama, but once he did, they were unstoppable. Trey Inners, the SFA player, he also kind of struggled against Alabama, but he still wound up with over 120 yards, a couple of touchdowns. So they're going to really lean on that duo. James Sharp, all of a sudden, this freshman out of nowhere, he's been critical for this team. Some big catches, some big runs, so we'll see if he can continue to be dynamic. J.J. Young, he holds every record under the sun for this team, but he really hasn't shown up all that much. He played a decent role against Alabama, had one big catch there in the first half, but they're hoping that he shows up today. Ryan Alexander, he's caught so many yams throughout this run. He's really been the number 1 guy. David Love, hopefully he can stop committing offensive pass interference, and we might see some Hopkins as well. And then John Patrick, the hero, how is he going to respond after the game-winning touchdown against Alabama? We will have to see, but he is the highest rated offensive target on this offense. And the offensive line isn't too much to write home about, but they do have JJ in the back, so he's able to scramble, he's able to create, so they don't really have to hold for long. And this is a Oklahoma team that hasn't really focused too much on their defensive line, so this could be an advantage for Georgia Southern. Now on the defense, you got Kyle Kendrick on one side and Jared Maxey on the other. These guys have both shown up quite a bit throughout the playoff run. And then in the middle, you got Brian Williams, and then the SFA player, former bust Albert Ashcherry, here in the CFP National Championship. And the linebacker core, we got to talk about these guys because they are low rated, but they are monsters. George Stevens in the run game is insane, taking down Tyrone Cox multiple times all by himself. Shane Sutton rushing the passer, and same thing with Alan Holmes, both pass rushing, tackling, and coverage. This team can do it all at the linebacker position. And out wide, we got to give the flowers to Pablo Smalls. He's pretty much locked down every single #1 target we've seen, whether it was Alex Kilpatrick with ECU, Jeff Keys with Clemson, Anthony Sharp against Alabama. You may not have heard of those names or recognize them. That's because he's been shutting them down. Richard Bradley, Alex Doty. Like, on paper, remember, this team doesn't look good, but when they play, they are elite, and elite is where they are in the back end with Malcolm Cope, the transfer from Tennessee, and K.O. Simpson. These two guys in the back is why this team is here. They are incredible. They scour the field. The pursuit is unreal. They're always making tackles, so we'll see what they can do today. Now, kicker is going to be Bernard Wallace. He missed a critical one there against Alabama. Almost cost him the game. We'll see if the lights are too bright for him in the Natty. And that's it for Georgia Southern. And now we're going to go to Oklahoma. And Oklahoma, led by Coach Jay Jettas, definitely is the heavy favorite today, as they're led by SFA player Terrell Remmers. He is a beast, and he's not the focal point of this offense. Gus McFeeters, the redshirt freshman SFA player, and also we're going to see a lot of Charlie Gilliam as well. 84 overall. These two guys are insanely good. At fullback, we've yet to really seen him much, but his name is Cheddar Biscuits. Last game, he got in on the offensive line a little bit, so we'll see if he does that as well. And out wide, you got Blake Stratton, who's caught quite a few touchdowns already on this run. He likes going deep and catching yams. Lawrence Harris, he's had a long career for Oklahoma of making big plays. He hasn't really done too much yet in this run, so we'll see what he can do. And then you got Troy Smith, he's the number 4 guy. We'll talk about that in a little bit here. At tight end, the SFA player Todd Honey, the number 1 BearCave reward player. He is insane. He's caught multiple deep touchdowns, including a one-hander right on Nick's dome. So we'll see what he can do. They love splitting him out way wide and just launching him deep against a corner or linebacker. Mismatch nightmare over here. On the offensive line, this is the worst part of their offense. Dan Bracken. Then you got Bryson Reed, who I believe is hurt. And that's where Cheddar Biscuits will probably line up. You've got John Whitaker in the middle. Madden Proctor, I'm not sure if he's playing or not. I don't think so. And then Terry Murphy on the right side. And on defense, Charles Hill on one end. And on the other end, Jason Brown in the middle. Charlie Harvey and Ross Smith here. Like I said, this has not been too much of a focal point for Oklahoma, but they are all solid. At linebacker, Matt Lewis. And then the man, the myth, the legend. He has a pick already in this run. He is the cover athlete of the national championship, and he had the scoop and score against Minnesota last week. LaWayne Streveler, the transfer from Florida. And those of you guys, new coaches who are going to be joining around the transfer portal, these players, they make immediate impacts and are largely attributing to Oklahoma's success. At right outside linebacker, another transfer, JoJo Gates, transfer from LSU. And then out wide, Jamal McKinney. He had 2 picks against Slade Roden. Hines as well, except he did give up that big pass to Jude Abraham. And then the SFA legend, Shaquille Wild Goose, already as a freshman. He'll be starting in at corner in the slot. He'll be starting at wide receiver in the slot. And then he will be returning every kick. You also will see Brian Coleman. At safety, Jay Phoenix, 84 overall in the free safety spot, SFA guy. And on the other side, Andrew Sendejo. He loves playing around the line. He loves getting to the backfield, loves rushing the passer. So we'll see if he can make more impact plays today. And their kicker, senior Sam Marshall, 91 overall, 93 power, 90 accuracy. And once again, on paper, nobody's giving Georgia Southern a chance, but that is why we play the games, folks. And it is about that time. Get your Bob and Us ready, folks. It is going to be a good one here. The national championship game. Let me get the prediction going. Get those Bob and Us ready. And I'm just hoping for a good close game. Now, everything in my mind, 51 point differential for Oklahoma so far on this run. You know, the way Georgia Southern just keeps somehow staying in these games, I just think eventually time runs out, kind of like Nebraska last season. So get your Bobanos in there. I want to see a ton of stuff being betted. This is the biggest game of the season. We're not going to have another game until 2024, guys. So this is going to be massive. Jay Jettas, can he become a non-Mickey Mouse? Thumbnail, Oklahoma. All right, here we go, folks. It's going to be a good one. All right, and before we get started, I'm just going to record something quickly for the VOD. So, hello everybody, welcome into the SFA Season 13 National Championship. I hope you guys enjoy. If you want to join the committee, wait, I gotta restart. Hello everybody, welcome into the SFA Season 13 National Championship game. Thank you so much for taking your time to watch the VOD or the highlights. Feel free, if you want to join the Discord, to check links in any of our bios, as well as check out Home Field. 15% off, use code SFA. I hope you enjoy the video. Peace. All right, man, that's a lot of Bob and Us. Somebody put 122K. Oh my God. All right, folks. Well, can Georgia Southern get it done? Can the G5 go back-to-back, or is the SEC gonna get their first ever legitimate national championship? Enough of me waiting or delaying it. Here we go, folks. The national championship game. Oh my goodness. We are in Atlanta. Like I said earlier, Georgia Southern, third time playing in the state of Georgia in this playoff. They started out in Statesboro with a home game, beat ECU by 2 scores. They came to this building in the Peach Bowl and beat Clemson by 8. And then they took a little trip down to Florida for the Orange and beat Alabama on a last-second touchdown. And here they are to win the national championship. Welcome in, everybody. 25 viewers, absolutely awesome. If you're your first time watching the SFA, it's going to be a great game. And my commentary is going to hopefully go crazy. Hopefully we have a bunch of big plays today. Oh boy, national championship time. We finally get the logos now. Ooh, man. Oklahoma gets the home jerseys because they are the higher seed, but obviously this is more of a home game for Georgia Southern. All right, folks, we are here in the Mercedes-Benz Stadium. And remember, the thing about this stadium is sometimes in the corner of the end zones you get a glitch in the floor. Don't worry. Game is going to go fine. Just sometimes there's a visual glitch there. And that's really the only thing we need to know about this stadium. All right, coin toss here. And Oklahoma wins it. They will kick first to start it out today. Here we go. The Season 13 National Championship is kicking off. And Georgia Southern's back to return. The Cinderella story. Can they get off on a nice foot? They get out to the 25. So here comes Josh Johnson, Trey Inners and company, Ryan Alexander, 81 at the top of your screen, JJ Young at the bottom. JJ 69, he's going to fake the handoff to Inners on the first play, and he's going to take off. He has some time, no spy to speak of, and he gets a first down. Well, Wayne Streveler and JoJo Gates in on that first tackle. So they're going to hurry it up here. Right back to the line, and they're going to fake it, and J.J. Johnson's going to break the Streveler tackle, and he gets about 2 there. Wrapped up. So 2 touches for J.J. early on. Broke a tackle there from Streveler. Remember, Wild Goose will be in the slot, so in this base package, he's not on the field. As we're going to go Wildcat here on the first drive. Enters his first touch of the day, and he's going to get about 3. 3rd and 5 now. They're already moving the rock. Have not thrown it yet. Remember, this is a team that loves to establish the run with misdirection and option, and then yam it deep. And that's going to go down. So an early punt here. Wild Goose, Jason Brown in on the tackle. Inners couldn't get much. So they're going to punt on the opening drive. So Wild Goose is back deep for the first punt of the game here. Can they get a nice return? Nice block in there. Wild Goose up the middle for about 13. And here comes the most talented offense in the country. You've got Remmers at quarterback, McFeeters in the backfield, Wild Goose in the slot, and then Todd Honey just virtually anywhere. So split backs here first, and they're going to fake it to Gilliam, and Remmers keeps it. He tosses out to McFeeters, and there he goes. He breaks one. He gets tripped. There goes McFeeters down the sideline. 1 play touchdown for OU to start the national championship game. 7-0 Sooners. Ko Simpson got tripped up by his linebacker, and then he was gone. First play. The triple option working to perfection, and that is not the kind of Georgia Southern we've been seeing throughout this run. They've been very good at tackling, staying home to their gaps, but not there. All right, so Georgia Southern now, they were able to move the rock at least at the start, but they didn't end up throwing the ball. They thought they could just trust Trey Inners inside. Oklahoma, quick strike yet again. Like we've seen, they've scored 59 against Minnesota, for crying out loud. So you got to be able to score in bunches, which we know Georgia Southern can do. They're going to dump it off here. Inners, that's the first throw of the day for JJ. And already they've ran about 6 or 7 plays, and every time either Johnson's touched it or Inners has touched it. They're going to live and die by this duo. So we're coming right back to the Wildcat here for Georgia Southern. Man in motion. They're going to hand it off this time, and he goes down in the backfield. That's Justin Parker, the backup running back. Sendejo in on the tackle. That's the strong safety from Miami. Another transfer guy. So 3rd and 3 now for Georgia Southern. You really do not want to give the ball back immediately here. 3rd and 3. Josh Johnson, he's going to hand it off to Inners. Inners finds some room, gets a big time first down. And remember, guys, this is a team that has struggled again, or has not struggled against adversity. They played only close games, so I don't think that they're too scared. Down 7-0 as Parker gets the jet sweep. There he goes. He breaks a tackle down the sideline. 41 for Parker. This is a team that it has no quit. They're going to keep running their thing, doing their thing, and out of the Wildcat, man. That's already their 3rd snap. All right, Pistol formation, handoff to Inners up the middle. He gets some room. Oh, and he stumbles on Justin Parker. That would have been a touchdown. Two tight ends. You got James Sharp. Toss out left. Trey Inners. He finds some room. Only gets about 4. Second and 6 now for Georgia Southern. Handoff for Trey Inners, and he's going to power in there. Touchdown, Georgia Southern. They tie it up here early. So a fantastic response. They didn't even have to throw the ball. All right, Shaquille Wild Goose gets it. He's going to have to return this down the sideline. There goes Wild Goose. Are they going to catch him? Yes, they do. They trip him up just past the 50. All right, how is Oklahoma going to respond? They're starting out across the 50 yet again. They had 1 play, 1 touchdown. Remmers keeps it. Oh, he fakes out a man. There he goes. Up the middle, another broken tackle. What a shifty move from Remmers there. All right, they're going to throw it here for the first time, tossing it out right, and he's just throwing it away. Second and 10 here for Oklahoma. They're inside the 30. They're going to flip the play. Biscuits to the backfield. They bring a blitz. They dump it off. There's Biscuits in the open field. He breaks one. He's still on his feet. Smalls has to take him down. Hard to bring down there for the fullback. Split back set now for Oklahoma. They are in the red zone here in the first quarter. Triple option again. This costs him on the first drive. There goes McFeeters down the sideline. And Malcolm Cope doesn't let him get to the edge. Fights through the block from Wild Goose. Brings him down. But it's first and goal here inside the 10. First and goal. They're going to hand it off to McFeeters. Up the gut. And he's hit hard. Co Simpson. Second and goal now here from the 6-yard line. Remmers and McFeeters. Wild Goose in the slot. Delay give. There goes. Oh my God, another hit right on the Gus bus. K.O. Simpson is pissed. My God, what a hit. So third and goal. Can Georgia Southern get a stop here inside the 10? They're back in shotgun. They hand it off to Gus McFeeters. Touchdown, Oklahoma. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns here for the Sooners. All right, Georgia Southern, this is going to be, this feels like, kind of like the Clemson game, just a back and forth brawl. Basically, whoever has the ball last. They had a great response on the last drive, but man, it's going to be tough for them to do it again. They start at the 25 here. We've really yet to see JJ 69, throw it downfield. It's 1st and 10. They're going to hand off. There goes Inners to the outside. And look at the pursuit. The defense all over him in the backfield. Jason Russell. Second and 11 now. Josh Johnson in the pistol. And they're just stacking the box, begging Josh Johnson to throw this ball, and he is. He's going to take off, though, and they sack him. Couldn't get through the line, and Charles Harvey brings him down. Third and 14 now here for Georgia Southern, trying to avoid a 3-and-out. They come out empty. Josh Johnson. He's going to throw it to the sideline, and that was a duck. Absolutely nowhere, 3-and-out. So Oklahoma gets off the field here. Now Georgia Southern's defense has to find out how to get a stop here. Wild Goose once again getting it across the 50-yard line. Oklahoma's had a short field on both of their possessions. Can they score again to put this to 2 scores? Split backs here, Remmers. Both running backs going out on routes, and that's going to be just a dump off to Gilliam, 1 yard. Neither team really throwing the ball yet. Interesting. Remmers only 2 for 3, and I think Josh Johnson only has 1 completion. So almost through the first quarter, very minimal pass yards. 2nd and 9 now. Only 4-man rush, dumping that one off, and McFeeters drops it. So a 3rd and long now here for Oklahoma on the plus side of the 50. 3rd and 9. Just a delay give to McFeeters, and he finds some room, and he breaks a tackle. He's still going down the sideline. McFeeters for 25. That is a ball busters. He's already above 100 yards. McFeeters, a redshirt freshman. This kid is special. Split back set now. Oklahoma. Quick option, and he goes nowhere. That's Maxey in on the tackle. Second and 15 now. They're still inside the 30. Honey there on the line this time. They're going to motion him out to the slot. They're going to throw it again here with Remmers. He delivers a strike. There's Wild Goose. Touchdown, Shaquille Wild Goose. The Goose is loose here in the Natty. 21-7. Oklahoma's had 3 drives in this first quarter, and they've scored on all of them. Nobody has been able to stop this team here on this Natty run, and not even Georgia Southern looks to be getting in their way here early. So now this offense, what are they going to do? Down 14. And you hate to say it, but the way the Natty's been going, man. The way this is going, Georgia Southern's got to avoid the blowout. Josh Johnson, though, he has time. He's just going to throw this one away. Second and 10 now here for Josh Johnson. And they're going backwards. Everybody in the backfield once again. 3rd and 13 now. Third and long here for Georgia Southern. First quarter coming to an end. Josh Johnson, he's going to yam it deep. He connects with his man. That's J.J. Young. 36 yards. Georgia Southern is back in business. The first yam of the day goes to J-Sow as they're across the 50 now for the first time. Handoff, and enters, goes nowhere. That's Stravler in on the tackle. And a handoff here for Trey Inners. As the first quarter is going to end now here, it's 21-7 for Georgia Southern down, but they are driving. Bro, oh my God. Well, I can't see chat anymore. What is this? All right, anyways, 4th and 3. They're going for it, and Josh Johnson gets it. Sorry, I can't pull up chat anymore. I don't know what happened. So, I can't see what you guys are saying. All right, handoff to Trey Inners. He's going to break one, and he goes down. Once again, Anderson Deho on the tackle. All right, 2nd and 15 now. Josh Johnson hands it off, enters up the gut on 2nd and long, and he gets some of it back. It's still going to be 3rd and long, though. All right, Josh Johnson. He throws it, and that's tipped away by Stravler, but we got a flag. And once again, the offensive pass interference is hitting them hard here. It doesn't matter on this play. That's going to be the end of the drive. But wait, they're going for it. Okay, so they don't accept the penalty now, but Georgia Southern stays on the field. 4th and 11, they're bringing a blitz. Wild Goose, they dump that off. Can he turn the corner? Love, and they don't give him the first. They mark him short. Insane call right there. Turnover on downs. Oklahoma taking over, and this one could get ugly. Those calls just not going Georgia Southern's way. That's unbelievable. Remmers right back out to work. He's floating that one deep. Open man. First down. That's Stratton making his first catch. I think they thought that they got the first down. So Oklahoma now 21-7 here. 1st and 10. Delayed give. No, he's keeping it. He's going to throw it here. Dumping that off, and it's intercepted. That's Pablo Smalls down the sideline. Remmers pushes him out. A massive swing of events here. The SFA player making the play of the day for the Eagles. All right, 1st and 10 now. Georgia Southern, new life breathed into this team. Handoff to Inners up the gut. He finds some room, and he gets about 10. Then we're going to mark him short again. The refs are not on the side of the home team here in Georgia. 25. Josh Johnson in the backfield. Hand off to Inners, and he has some room on the outside. There he goes, and he goes down. Sendejo tracked him all the way across the field, but 1st and 10 here inside the 20. Chance to bring it back within a score. And it's going to be a QB draw. He goes down immediately. And another flag. Oh, man, that is clipping. That is going to kill this drive. Unbelievable. This team just cannot stay disciplined. First and 25 now here from just outside the 30. Josh Johnson, he's going to take off here. He's going to get some of it back. He has the sideline. There he goes, and he gets tripped up. Uh-oh, and he felt like he had a touchdown. So 2nd and 3 now. That clipping penalty pretty much erased. Can Georgia Southern punch it in? Hand off to Inners up the middle, and he's going to be short. So Oklahoma now has a chance to stop this drive. Up 14. 3rd and 1. Hand off to Inners. No, he's going to keep it. He gets to the outside, and oh my. He kept the ball, and he couldn't make a decision, and Josh Johnson is short. So decision time here for the Eagles, and they are going to kick the field goal. Insane change of events and choice here for Georgia Southern as it goes through, and they're now down 11. All right, Wild Goose now has the ball, and he cuts inside, gets past the 20. By far his worst return on the day. First and 10 now. They're going to give it to Gilliam, and he goes down. Pablo Smalls in the backfield. The SFA player coming up clutch here with the interception, only leading to 3 points, though. Second and 11 now. Remmers trying to avoid another disastrous mistake. Delayed give here. Wild Goose, or McFeeters, goes down in the backfield. Brian Williams in on the tackle. Third and 16 now. Remmers. He's gearing up, and he delivers a strike. Todd Honey, first down, Oklahoma. Another ball buster here for Georgia Southern. And that's the first catch for Todd Honey. Now at midfield here. Remmers. Man in motion. 3 in the backfield. More triple option. Gus McFeeters gets the rock, and he evades men up until just across the 50 here. Still just over 100 yards. They're at the 46 now. 2nd and 4. Remmers. Stratton in motion here. They're going to give it to, that's McFeeters again, and he powers through for 7. So Oklahoma now starting to drive it once again. Inside the 40, Georgia Southern's defense has to find a way to get some stops. Remmers, he's floating that deep, one-on-one, and it's tipped away, looking for Wild Goose. Malcolm Cope. 2nd and 10 now, Oklahoma. This will be Harris in motion to the backfield again. And they're going to give it to the wide receiver, brought down by Pablo Smalls in the backfield. So early and often, here's Pablo Smalls. Third and 11 now, another big chance for Georgia Southern to get off the field. Remmer's empty set, dumping that off short to Harris, and he goes down. K.O. Simpson in on the tackle, 4th and 4. And they're going to kick a long-range field goal, 51 yards just across the 40-yard line here to put this back to 14. The kick is up, and it's good. Oklahoma 24, Georgia Southern 10. So you got to think that's kind of a win here for Georgia Southern, so showing that they can stop this team. Enters now, or that's Parker, just across the 20. Three minutes left in the half. OU does get the ball after. Handoff, and enters, breaks one, but he only gets about a yard. 55 yards so far for the running back, only averaging 3.7 a carry. Not a good start here for Georgia Southern, but they're going back to the Wildcat. Or no, this full house. Handoff to enters. He's going to get about 7. They're going to just continue to pound the rock, hoping that those running lanes start opening up. 3rd and 3 here. They're going to audible. Under center. Interesting call here for Georgia Southern. And they hand it off to Inners, and he gets the first down. They're going to run another play outside, and Hines brings him down, waits for company. They all wrap him up in the backfield. These outside runs are doing nothing for Georgia Southern. The pursuit from this defense has been elite today. 2nd and 14 now. Over the middle, and it's caught by David Love, and he's hit, but he hangs on. 3rd and 5. Clock continues to run. Oklahoma could add to this lead if they get a stop. 90 seconds left here in the half. Tight end in motion, that's Parker. Josh Johnson, and he hits his man, open man, that's Ryan Alexander. 1st down, Georgia Southern. Ball right at the 50-yard line. They're hurrying it up, 1:11 left. Southern hands it off to Enders. He gets some space, and he can't break a tackle. Jay Phoenix in there. 2nd and 9 now. Tight end in motion. They're going to throw it. Plenty of time, and he delivers a strike. J.J. Young over the middle. Another big play from the redshirt senior. And they're back in business across the 35. They've been living in Oklahoma territory this 2nd quarter, but only 10 points to show for it. Johnson runs, and he's sacked again. They hurry it up. Still 2 timeouts. And he goes, and he's sacked another time. 2 in a row. It's 3rd and forever. Back-to-back sacks now. What's the call? 3rd and 20. And he throws it away. This drive is over. So many missed opportunities here for Georgia Southern. So here comes Oklahoma, a chance to add points before the end of the half. And they can't keep that out of the back of the end zone. All right, delay give here. Gus McFeeder's only 15 seconds left. He's still up. They're going to hurry it up. Last play of the half here. Does OU have something special? They do get the snap off. Remmers, he has time. He's going to deliver a strike and out of bounds. And that's going to be the end of the first half here in the Season 13 National Championship. Oklahoma leads 24-10. Georgia Southern got to figure this out. The Cinderella story looking like it might be coming to an end, folks. But hey, while we're at halftime, make sure you guys check out Home Field. Use code SFA. 180 plus collections. They do other stuff outside of just football. If your team wins a bowl game, check out Home Field. They might be dropping some special bowl gear for you guys, maybe. So we'll see. But yeah, I don't have much to say about this national championship so far. Kind of going as expected. You know, OU's going to score a lot of points. Georgia Southern, I am a little bit surprised by all of the lack of discipline. They are dominating the time of possession, but have no points to show for it. Unable to convert on that interception and only settling for a field goal. Things like that. That's not what we've been seeing here from Georgia Southern. So they've got to figure out how to score and score a bunch. Oklahoma will get the second half kickoff, though. All right, Wild Goose now. All right, here comes Oklahoma. Second half, they're 18 minutes away from a national championship. He's Stiffy's a linebacker there and gets about 7. Jay Jettas can feel it. A national championship care package on the line for Jay Jettas. Oh, baby. 2nd and 3. Wild Goose in motion. They're going to fake it to him, and he goes down. Allen Holmes in the backfield. All right, 3rd and 6 here for Oklahoma, so a chance for Georgia Southern to get off the field. Split backs, blitzing for, dumping that off, and McFeeders, and he doesn't get it. Pablo Smalls once again in on that tackle. Georgia Southern gets a stop. A 3-and-out is exactly what they needed here, folks. And here comes Georgia Southern. Wild Goose trying to make a tackle, and he does. Big play there by Wild Goose. He's everywhere. So how's this team going to respond to the first half adversity? Well, JJ69 is going to keep it, and he runs. It's a first down. Nice little run there for Josh Johnson. Dominating time of possession in the first half. Nothing to show for it. They bring a blitz, pick it up, dumps that off over the middle. Ryan Alexander gets 2. He's used to catching yams, not these little 2-yard drags. Not sure what they're doing. 2nd and 8 now. Sharp in the backfield. And throwing that on the run. There's Sharp. And he makes a cut. Juking out Sendejo. Big play from James Sharp. Leave it to the fullback to make an insane play. And enters once again in motion. And it's a glitch. Don't worry, folks. Once they huddle up again, it will get fixed. Certain formations, if you run hurry up out of it, it snaps it weirdly, especially when the quarterback is not there. So now it will be fixed. Do not worry. Josh Johnson back under center. 2nd and 11. Fakes the handoff. And dump that back off to Sharp, who breaks a tackle, gets a block, and he gets about 2. Would like him to get a little bit more, but looks like Georgia Southern trying to get creative, getting their playmakers involved as they are across the 50. 3rd and 9. Josh Johnson steps up. He's jamming it deep. 1-on-1, and it's incomplete. Never had a chance. Josh Johnson couldn't step up into that one. And they're bringing out the punt unit here at the 45. So punt team coming out. OU getting right back on offense. And just missed opportunity there for Georgia Southern. Oklahoma coming back after a 3-and-out on the last drive. Just going to hand this off to McFeeters, and that's going to go for 6. Stevens getting a tackle here. These linebackers have not lived up to the hype of that Alabama game. Second and 4 now. Ko Simpson up around the line, coming on a blitz. They're not going to get to him. Remmers tries to escape, but he's going to be sacked. And it's Kyle Kendrick. Third and 6 now. Remmers trying to keep the drive alive. It's going to be a screen pass. Gus McFeeters gets it on the outside. He cuts in, and he breaks 1, and he's going to get the first, but wait, there's a flag. And now OU gets hit for clipping. So Georgia Southern survives, and it's going to be 3rd and 18 now. Split back set here. What's it called? It's going to be another screen pass. This time it goes nowhere. Wait! McFeeters breaks a tackle, and he just almost gets there. As Remmers breaks the all-time passing record for Oklahoma. Breaking that Sam Bradford. Remember, I mean, they've played, this is what, their 16th game. Georgia Southern is playing a record 17th game here in the NCAA era, as they did have an opening round one. So Georgia Southern getting another stop here in the second half, making OU look dumb. But their offense has to figure out how to score. They want any chance of getting back in this game. Back to the Wildcat. Enters at quarterback. Parker in motion. Enters going to keep it. And he can't do much with it. Gets about a yard. Yardage actually looks about even. It's just Georgia Southern can't quite put together those scoring plays. 2nd and 9. They're going to run a screen here to Inners, and nothing. The pursuit of this defense is elite. Inners hasn't been able to do hardly anything today, as Josh Johnson, 10 of 16 for 110. Third and 12 now. Georgia Southern, you got to feel like with about 12 minutes left, they got to start finding ways to convert, and that's not going to do it. 4th and 8 on their own side of the field. Out comes the punt team yet again. Continuing to have missed opportunities here. Even if Georgia Southern does make this competitive, man, Alabama would have been such a better game. I don't care if it means an SEC natty, but sheesh. All right, 1st and 10 here. Handoff, Remmers, he's going to keep it this time. He cuts inside, cuts out, and he's going to push for about 8. Second and 3 now here for Remmers. Man in motion, that's going to be Troy Smith, and he goes down. Maxey in the backfield once again. Big time stop there for Georgia Southern. Third and 5, massive play once again for Georgia Southern, trying to get a stop. Only 3 linemen. It's going to be a screen pass again. Can they blow it up? McFeeters cups up field, and they stop him. It's Malcolm Cope coming in like a missile. And they're going for it here at the 50. Insane call here, trying to put the game away, frankly. And they fake it. Remmers, he's going to yam it deep down the middle of the field. One-on-one, it's tipped away. Pablo Smalls. Georgia Southern takes over. Trying to go down the middle of the field to Wild Goose, the star freshman All-American, and they can't do it. The veteran Pablo Smalls makes the play. So here comes Georgia Southern, all of a sudden getting kind of a freebie here at the 50-yard line. Can Inners start to do something? I mean, look at this. Every outside run he tries, there's 3 guys on him. He can't do anything. Inners looking horrible today. Second and 10 now here for Georgia Southern at the 50. It's going to be a counter this time to Inners, and he delivers a stiffy but still goes backwards. Jason Russell, have yourself a day. 8 tackles, 2 TFLs. Third and 13 now. Josh Johnson over the middle, and he's hit hard. Love can't get it, but they are close. They have to, and they're punting. What are you doing? Unbelievable. Punt here. Can't believe it. They are going to angle this out, and they get him down inside the 5. Hold your phone. Hold it. Hold it, folks. The punter making a play here in the Natty. So Oklahoma starting out at their own 5-yard line. A little bit over 9 minutes left in the national championship. Split back set. And Remmers, he flips it out. And they're going to get a lot of yardage. That's a first down for McFeeters. It was dangerous, but nothing came of it. First and 10 now for Oklahoma. Remmers, it's a blitz. They get to him. No, they don't. There goes Wild Goose down the middle of the field. Can they catch him? Pablo Smalls brings him down. The Goose is loose again. Just no safety back there to help. So last play here, the third quarter, split backs again. Gilliam up the middle. He gets some room. There goes Gilliam into the third level, 18 yards. And as the third quarter comes to an end here in the SFA Season 13 National Championship, we had no score so far in the second half as Oklahoma is still up 24-10, up 14. Can they hang on? Or can Georgia Southern mount a comeback? Can the Cinderella story survive? We're inside the 20 now. Red zone effort here for the Sooners. And Remmers, He goes to the outside. He's hit hard. That's Sutton. Second and 11 here. You think another score for OU kind of puts it away. Honey in motion. They're going to throw it. Remmers over the middle. There's Wild Goose. Touchdown, Oklahoma. Shaquille Wild Goose might have just given them the national championship. What a drive from Shaquille Wild Goose. Somehow catching it through all of the traffic. So now the lead is up to 21 here in the fourth quarter of the national championship. And now we can all laugh at the SEC at having only a Mickey Mouse championship against a G5 team. A team that lost to App State. All right, Georgia Southern, can they do something here? We got 8 minutes, 30 seconds left. They've not been running the same kind of offense we've been watching from them. Josh Johnson up the gut, and he gets hit hard. Jay Phoenix in on the tackle. Yeah, but ECU, Clemson, and Bama suck. I don't know what you want me to say. Handoff here. Inners up the gut. He gets some room. There goes Inners, finally making a play. 19 yards. They're hurrying it up here. Georgia Southern faithful not giving up hope. 1st and 10. There goes, oh my, he gets smoked by Streveler up the gut. Second and 6 now here for Georgia Southern. Across the 50, feels like they've lived across the 50 today, but they only have 10 points somehow. And Inners can't break a tackle. Just no life here from Georgia Southern. As Coleman makes another play. Third and 10. You got to think that it's 4 down territory now. Johnson. He has some time, and he's on the run, dumps it off. What are we watching? How is this team here, man? 4th and 10 now. Georgia Southern has not had a great day. 4th and 10. Over the middle, that's going to be short. He's fighting, but Streveler makes the tackle. Turnover on downs. All right, here comes OU. Floated down the middle, one-on-one. Malcolm Cope can't take it away. Missed opportunity there again for J-Sow. Remmers keeps it. He finds some room. He goes up the middle, and he's hit hard. Pablo Smalls in on the tackle. Pablo Smalls really the only player on this defense showing up today. Third and 4. I'd like to point out my preseason championship pick was Jay Jetta's winning it all, so I was right this year for once. 3rd and 4. Just under 6 minutes left, and Oklahoma is now going to run that 6-minute offense. They're going to start running clock. Lawrence Harris in motion. They're going to give it to him, and he goes down. So big play there from Shane Sutton. So Georgia Southern will get the ball back here. Down 3 scores, 6 minutes left. So they're going to just run the clock here again. Georgia Southern's going to have about 5 minutes to make a play. And that goes back through the back of the end zone. So here comes Georgia Southern now. Still down 21. We've seen crazier comebacks before. If there's ever a time to make a push, this is the moment. 1st and 10. Georgia Southern dumps that off to the tight end, John Patrick, who's been incredibly quiet today. That's his first reception since that game winner against Alabama. So 2nd and 5, 5 minutes left. They're going to have to score in a hurry. And they're throwing this one deep and just underthrown, tipped away. Jay Phoenix in the area, but that was Hines. Josh Johnson just underthrowing all of these today. Johnson over the middle, somehow finds the room there. Ryan Alexander, 1st down. They hurried up to the line. And on the run, dumps that off, misses his target yet again. Josh Johnson just not looking comfortable back there. Eyes were too bright. Second and 10 now. And he's going to take off this time. Finds some room, lowers the head, and they give him the 1st down this time. Probably the first good spot they've given them all day long. Nope, that's me. 1st and 10. And Inners only gets about 2. He can get unbanned after the natty. He knows how he's supposed to behave. 2nd and 8. And Johnson, he steps up here, and he's going to be sacked again. Should have thought of that before he was being an idiot in chat. I don't know what to tell him. All right, another sack here. 3rd and 10. And they bring a blitz with Wild Goose, dumping that off to David Love. He stiffies a man. They get a 1st down. That's a big-time play there for Georgia Southern. Here comes the team that we've been seeing, but fortunately, I think it's just a little bit too far gone. And they're gearing it deep here, one-on-one, and tipped away. Jamal McKinney in coverage. Just unable to connect on any of these yams. It's going to be a screen pass to Inners. He gets out there, and Jay Phoenix brings him down. Critical tackle. That could have gone for a while, but we're inside 4 minutes now, and it's looking more and more like Oklahoma's going to win it all here. Jay Jettas can start celebrating. And that's going to be a completion there. John Patrick, 15 yards. First and 10 now. Floating that out wide. Patrick again. He's finally shown up on this drive, but clock is still running. Second and 1. Over the middle, and he's caught. Yeah, J.J. Young catches that. So first and goal here, Georgia Southern trying to push it back to 2 scores. Can they put together a late push? Plenty of time for J.J. Dumps that off, enters, and he can't do anything with it. Clock continues to run. Josh Johnson up the gut. He finds some room. Touchdown, Georgia Southern. They pull back within 14. They finally capitalize here in the 4th quarter. So they're going to need to get a onside kick, it looks like. So here comes the onside kick for the Cinderella. 2 minutes, 50 seconds left. And it's recovered by the Sooners. Troy Smith. So now Georgia Southern has to use those timeouts, get the ball back. Couple of first downs, wins the game for OU. Wins the national championship. They can smell it. A stiffy for McFeeters. He gets 7. Second and 3. Hand off to McFeeters, and he pushes through another first down. It's looking like it's about wraps as the SEC about to get their first ever national championship. Hand off, McFeeters again up the gut. He gets about 6. Second and 4. Hand off, McFeeters to the right side. He cuts inside, and they give him the first down. That is about it, folks. First and goal. 2 minutes left. Remmers keeps it this time, and he goes down. Second and goal, about 90 seconds left between Jay Jettas and a trophy. And Remmers keeps it, and he pushes through. He gets smoked. But it's third and goal. They can just kneel it out now. The question is, are they going to run up the score? Third and goal here. They're not kneeling the ball. They're looking for a touchdown. Third and goal. Remmers. They're going to just let this clock run out. And Remmers keeps it. He's going to be short. So they're not going to run up the score here. But they are going to have to run one more play. So they're celebrating on the sideline. They are going to have to snap the ball. Unbelievable. Jay Jetta is going to be a national champion. And he will get a care package, assuming I get parental permission. All right, fourth and goal. The national championship, and it's good. 1 second left on the clock. They're lagging it out. Now we're going to get one more offensive snap for Georgia Southern. Down 17 here. Georgia Southern, the Cinderella run is over. One last play. It's going to be Josh Johnson keeping it on the left side. He finds some room. There goes Josh Johnson, brought down. And as we hit triple zeros here in the season 13 national championship, Oklahoma has done it. The Sooners They go through Tennessee. They go through Minnesota, Jay Jetta's former team, and they take down the Cinderella to hoist the national championship trophy. 34-17. It was all Sooners from the beginning. Congratulations to Jay Jettas and Oklahoma on their second national championship in team history, tying Clemson for the best program in SFA history. Thank you guys all so much for watching, folks, and we will see you back here in Season 14. Unbelievable. Jay Jettas has done it. And now Clemson and Oklahoma are tied, both with 6 CFP appearances and both with 2 natties. And the funny thing is, Oklahoma, they made every single playoff before NCAA 14, and this is the first one they made in this era, and they go all of the way. You got to give Georgia Southern credit for getting here, but like I've been saying in the Patreon podcast all year long, anyone can win 3 games. You can't win a 4th on luck, and that's what Georgia Southern just ran out of time. The difference between winning a natty and not probably is having to play that 17th game. They just ran out of steam here in the natty. So Oklahoma does it. They will be the preseason #1 team next year. All right, so let's see how this one shook out. And it was all Oklahoma from the beginning, and they could have just stopped after the first quarter. Georgia Southern just couldn't get anything going throughout the end of this game. So let me get my scoring summary here, then we'll get into the stats. But we are going to get a red and cream logo next season. A deep red, not like the regular red that we've become accustomed to. So let's go through Georgia Southern first. Josh Johnson, no TDs, no interceptions, and not a terrible game through the air, but this is just not the kind of game we were accustomed to seeing from Josh Johnson in this playoff run as his career comes to an end. At running back, Inners held under 100 yards, under 4 yards a carry. This defense was swarming all over the field. And just look at that. Just nothing. No yams to speak of here. Lots of sacks. Pablo Smalls showed up today, but the rest of the defense didn't. Co Simpson, Malcolm Cope making a couple of plays, but these linebackers that were making them so lethal against Alabama or Clemson, nowhere to be found today. And for Jay Jettas, Terrell Remmers didn't even have to throw it too much. 12 completions, 208 yards, 2 touchdowns. And running the ball, Gus McFeeters, 161, 2 touchdowns. Remmers had 37 himself. And it was all Wild Goose today, folks. The freshman All-American, Shaquille Wild Goose, 2 touchdowns, 31-yard average. McFeeters touched it a couple of times as well. Todd Honey only 1 catch. And on defense, Jason Russell, the safety. Andrew Sandejo, Streveler got a sack. Jason Brown. It's TFL's Jason Brown. All 5 were in the backfield. Sacks. They didn't have any turnovers today. No forced fumbles or anything. They just played good, hard defense, held them to 17. And it didn't help that Georgia Southern just wasn't aggressive today. They didn't want to go for it. Didn't want to do anything. And that's the way the cookie crumbles. All right, so let's see our players of the game from the national championship. It's going to be Gus McFeeters, LaWayne Streveler, Pablo Smalls, and Josh Johnson. You love to see that. A national championship game coming down to all SFA players. And there is the national championship there for Oklahoma. Screw it, I'll add that one to my profile. All right, guys. So, thank you guys so much for watching. I'm going to take a couple of minutes. I've got to get the season to the end. I got to go through the tool and finalize the playoff. And then we'll come back and do the full stats and team of the year selection. And then coach firings a little bit later. So, yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Another national championship here in another season done with. And we'll see you in Season 14. Peace.